Hello, Aries. How are you? Today is May 21st, 2023. This is the fourth time I'm trying to do this reading. And I changed all my decks because nothing was tuning in before. The energy has shifted powerfully. We are now in Gemini season. Mars is out of Cancer and into Leo. There's a sextile between the sun and Mars today. And you may get a little just passing thought, like, hey, I wonder if that could actually turn out to be a big idea. So pay attention, instinct card there. Pay attention to the messages that come to you today, okay? You don't have to act on them immediately, but they could be important creations. Now, that said, as I said, there's a big energy shift. And so the first piece of advice I would give is to mix things up. As I said, I changed all my decks because the other ones were just not connecting. And that was when I knew that it was because I needed to bring in new energy, right? So bring new energy to whatever you're doing. Now let's get the overall energy for the week of May 21st. Nice, right? New energy. Try something new. Now, this is a story of they lost a coin down the grating or a ring or something. He's panicking. She's making a plan. And she's going to try and maybe if I use this string, so she's not stressing about it. She's trying to figure out, how can I solve this problem, right? He's kind of like goes to drinking through the anxiety. Oh, I lost it. I'll never get it back. And so the first message is to sort of disconnect from the past in a way that there is a solution on the table. It may not be an obvious solution. You may have to work a little bit harder. It may seem a little like put together with, she puts together a string and a magnet. It may be a little bit rudimentary, but there is a way to what you want, and it's not through stressing about what happened. It's about making a plan and putting it into action, no matter how improbable it seems. Now let's go ahead and get the challenge energy. Right, so it says to you, like, it's not that the abundance isn't there. 8 of Wands, okay, for the challenge. And this may think that things are moving really fast. You may be having they may start to move very fast because obviously we're coming out of a period of pure stagnancy. It says here, events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things happening at once. Now you could get a little bit overwhelmed at the amount of things that are coming in at you, right? And so that may be the abundance. Abundance reminds me of an 8, which is this card here. And what it says is you don't want to get overwhelmed. Be careful about getting overwhelmed. Just take things one step at a time, one plan at a time, one issue to solve at a time. You don't have to fix everything immediately. Now let's get the lesson. But there is a necessary change in approach. That's for sure. Whatever you've been doing for the last 4 weeks is not going to work anymore. You need to try something new. And it could be a phase of experimentation. What do we have here? Okay, interesting. Fork in the road and take a nap. Coming up both in the reversed position. Let's see what this says. 13 first. So, okay, so first we have, there we go, indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion, much like this guy here in the first picture. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to an undesirable circumstance, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned the valuable lesson, right? So it's like, move, right? Like, get things going, take an effort, even if it's the quote unquote wrong thing, put something in motion, try something you haven't tried before. Now this one says 24, relation protection. Okay, so it says you are a human being, not a human doing. Is it possible you're suffering from workaholism? Could you be the one who thinks it's your job to save everyone, to be there for everyone, and to go until you can barely see straight? You've gone as far as you can. You've worked hard and nourished people and projects, but now you are an empty well and have no reserves for others or for yourself. Don't let your ego keep you going full speed when your body and spirit need a rest. Exhaustion is calling you to stop what you're doing altogether and take a break. If you don't, the appearance of this card could portend a possible illness that stems from being totally overwhelmed. You will feel like a new person if you take that break. Do it now. Okay, so I think there's like two stories, obviously, because we keep having the doubles. There are some of you who have been trying very hard and not getting anywhere, and there it's like the newness that you have to try may be to take a step back. For those who have been in a state of anxiety and stuck in that state of anxiety, it's time to try something new, right? Even something, as I said before, very rudimentary, test things out. But there is a sense of being overwhelmed here, either by too much action or too much inaction. Whichever one, reflects your situation is the one that's for you. So whatever you've been doing, not do the opposite, but do something different. So if you've been trying everything and nothing is happening, then try taking your foot off the gas for a second. If you've been stuck, try reaching out, try a new plan of attack. Either way, shift, mix it up, right? That's the overriding message. Mix it up. All right, let's get 3 cards here for Aries week of May 21st. Yep. Okay, there it is. The Knight of Swords. That's that anxiety, right? 9 of Swords. That's the anxiety there. So that represents one side. One more card, please. Okay. 5 of Wands. Some of you may have been doing too much, right? Here's the people who have been too much thinking and doing too much, let's say, fruitless effort, like expending a lot of energy but not getting very far. One more card, please. And the Empress. And this replies to that abundance, right? So there's, it goes back to this story here, right? So if you have been stressing, time to chill out. If you have been doing nothing, time to try something. They both lead to planting a very fertile seed, right? Something that can grow, create something new that can be created from mixing up the energy. So this new energy is going to allow you to shift direction if you mix up what you're doing, right? Try something new. If you've been in a state of anxiety, try something new and practical. If you've been doing too much, take a step back and think, okay, maybe I should stop overdoing and pick one single thing to try and focus on that. Now let's get some advice. Advice for the Aries watching this video for May 21st, 2023. You know, especially if you have been doing a lot, that, like we said, the energy is gonna start moving a lot more. So if you've been sort of spinning your wheels, that's so interesting. I got this card before. I'm gonna get another one, but I'll pull this out in a second. If you've been like kind of hamster on a hamster wheel, it's time to like mix it up, right? Try something else, try something new. The bottom line is to do something different. Now here, this is the Master Jesus showing up with forgiveness. And this came out during one of the multiple times I tried to do the reading before. Talking about letting the past go. And being fully present in the now, creating the now from today, not creating the now from the past. So it's like, just because it didn't work out in the past doesn't mean it's not going to work out in the future. Maybe try, like, there's more than one route to your desire. The one that you may have been walking down may not be the right one. There may be another solution. I'm going to pull a card from here. And get some words of wisdom for Aries on this week of May 21st, 2023. Okay. So this is the Ascended Master Lady Nada and Rhodochrosite, which is sensitivity. And it's a 3, which is, you know, Gemini. So let's see what this says. I'm going to say the messages have been, like, even the new moon in Taurus had very unusual energy. So we bring you the blessing of sensitivity. Being sensitive in this world can be tough sometimes, yet your sensitivity is essential if you are to consciously feel and work with very subtle energy. Receiving and sending telepathic transmissions, feeling and releasing energetic cords, tingling with exquisite blessing of divine love, sensing the whispers of divine grace, and seeing the luminous, sparkling particles of life force dancing wildly, and the beauty of shimmering auric fields in dazzling and colorful display, to be given the gift of sensitivity to perceive the energetic world is like being invited to the most special and extraordinary exhibit of sacred art. You may have struggled with your sensitivity, found it difficult to bear during times of emotional suffering, yet you have a great gift and it will bring you so much joy. If you are learning to develop your sensitivity, we will help you so you too can feel uplifted as you witness the energetic beauty of creation. And I think this goes back to what I was saying at the beginning, right? That we've been very much sort of like immersed in a narrative or in a very specific energy, helpful or unhelpful. And because our sort of pursuit of something, desire of something we've been working towards, that we may have been like fully engulfed in that. And there's something in our own energetic system that is trying to communicate with us to give us a different path, right? Something that's more productive, that's more creative, that's more abundant. And so to tune into that, first of all, to not be, right, like to not, the answer to the issue is not going to come from stressing about it. It's going to come from trying something simple, something that you may have ruled out, something that may seem like that'll never work. But being willing to give something a try. And if you've been doing too much, it's like go back to the roots, go back to the rudimentary fundamentals of what you're trying to do. If you have been doing nothing, then it's time to take a first step. But being engaged in this energy keeps you from feeling, right? You can't tune into your body, to the signals, to the universe around you if you are overactive in the mind and overactive in actions. And so this is very much a moment of taking a step back to find what that sort of seed is, right? This is like the pregnancy card, where the abundance lies. And it's something small. It would have come up at the new moon because this is also a Taurus card. Libra, Taurus is ruled by Venus. So something that may have come out around the new moon that requires a letting go of the past and a leaving the past in the past and being willing to take tiny baby steps towards the future. And there's so many Christian symbols here. It's like, poof. To really tune into your feeling of what the right thing to do is, right? And you can't get that if you're so busy. So to almost approach things with a child's mind, to go back to the drawing board with a youthful, clear mind, okay, well, what if, way of thinking, as opposed to, oh, but that'll never work. Oh, but this, I got to fight with putting yourself in a situation where there's competition or making you overly anxious. Very peculiar reading, as was the new moon in Taurus reading. So the energy right now is really very ambivalent. It's kind of all over the place. And that's why, because there's so much coming at us that's new that we're trying to figure out, is really about tapping into the little baby sensors that are coming up and being willing to let the past go so that you can hear the future calling you and know which is the right step to take or which is the right step to not take. Okay, hope this was helpful for you. I will see you next week. Take care.